Hi guys, and welcome back to another art video, and this is the last, no, it's not the last, it's the second to last video. I am recording this on Thursday, so you'll be seeing this on Friday, and then tomorrow, like Saturday, you will be seeing the last video of this little series that I'm doing, which is kind of sad. Also, kind of relieving to me because as much as I've enjoyed working on this little project that I set up for myself, I think I'm ready to move on to other things, and I don't think I'll miss editing every day. I really enjoyed doing this, but I just wish I would have prepared a bit more. I just kind of jumped into it because I wanted to get it done before July was over, because July is the World Watercolor Month thing, and that was like the whole idea behind this challenge. So I just really wanted to get it done before July was over. So yeah, I guess I kind of set myself up for that. But this video is all about Crayola markers and how they can be used as watercolor markers. So you see, I just swatched just then. I would just scribble on the paper, and then I would use my brush and water it down, and you can use them as watercolors. They're very water soluble, and I really like how they look as watercolors. So if you can't afford watercolor markers, because they are very expensive, they're like $5 a piece. The Winsor & Newton ones are at least. I'm sure there are others that are more affordable, but I really just recommend the Crayola markers. I think you can get them pretty cheap. This is like a 20 set or something. I think I got it for like $10. Looking back at that now, they're not that cheap. They're like 50 cents a pen, I guess, is how I would say that. But Crayolas are the more expensive. They're like a cheap brand, but they're like the most expensive of the cheap brands, if that makes any sense. So yes, but Crayola products are of very good quality, and you can use the markers as watercolors, turns out. So this first sketch that you saw a while ago is something that I tried to do. Unfortunately, the camera did not last that long. The battery died or something, and I just kept on going, and I finished the whole thing and it wasn't recording, so I had to redo another one, but I just wanted to include it because I like it a lot, and you'll see the finished product at the end of the video as well. So yeah, I didn't really have an idea going into this piece. I just really wanted to experiment with the watercolors, or with the markers, rather. You'll see that I have the Crayola palette, the Crayola watercolor palette out while I'm filming this video, and I just used it for like the plastic mixing tray, so I could rub the marker on there and use it as like a watercolor rather than putting it on the paper and then using it. I just scribbled on the plastic and it pulled up the ink, and then I could then use that as a watercolor. I actually have a little comparison in my sketchbook of the Winsor & Newton watercolors and the Crayola watercolors, and you'll see that they look very similar. You might even say the Crayolas look better. There's not a huge difference in between the two, so I'll insert that right here so you can look at that. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting, and I don't know, I guess the Winsor & Newton markers are very pigmented, and they are a lot different than Crayola markers, but for watercolor purposes they are very similar. So yeah, I don't know, that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, basically that's pretty much all. I just used I explained how I used the watercolor and everything. Sometimes if I wanted a darker color, I would scribble on the paper and then dilute it with water. But yeah, for the most part I just scribbled on the palette and used them as like ink almost. I use my Aquash water brushes with these, and I use a mixed media sketchbook, which I will go find right now. Hold on. The brand is Stillman and Byrne. So yes, I found it at Barnes & Noble, so I'm sure you can find them. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. I will go ahead and end the commentary here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will tune in for the last video of Watercolor Week, which is tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye!